Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I'm going to teach you how to work out the exact trig ratio involving negative angles. And you can also download the PDF file so you can work with me if you like. Otherwise, let's go straight into it. First one, cos of negative 60 degrees. Now to work this out, remember the angle always measure from the x-axis and it go anti-clockwise for positive. But in this case, it's negative 60. So therefore, we go opposite of that. So therefore, we start from the positive x-axis and we go clockwise. Okay, so step number one, we need to draw a diagram out and then work out the reference angle. Okay, so let me just quickly draw a diagram out. Now, negative 60 will be like this. It go clockwise from the x-axis, okay? So this is 60 degrees is the reference angle. Remember, reference angle always positive. So therefore, in this quadrant here, if you remember from last video, all station to central. So therefore, cos is positive. Every other trig ratio is negative in this quadrant, okay? The fourth quadrant, if you like. So therefore, cos of negative 60 is equal to cos of 60. There you go. Now we need to work out the exact value for cos of 60. So if you remember to work out the exact value for cos sine 10 of 30, 60, and 45 degrees, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, you can use calculator or draw a triangle out and work it out from there, okay? So let me just draw a triangle for you so you can see how I got these numbers just in case. So 2, 2, 2, and then the angle are 60 degrees and 60 and 60 on top as well. But I'm not going to do that because I'm going to split this into half. So therefore, this is a right angle here. And this is 1. And this is, to work this out, we're going to use Pythagoras Theorem to work this out. So 2 squared minus 1 squared. So which is 3. So root 3. So therefore, cos of 60 is adjacent hypotenuse. And don't forget, this is 30 degrees. So adjacent is 1, hypotenuse is 2. So 1 over 2. There you go. So cos of negative 60 is equal to a half. Second one. So sine of negative 480 degrees. So negative 480. So let me just quickly draw a diagram out first. So we have 480. So we go from x-axis, we go clockwise because negative. Remember, if it's positive, we go anti-clockwise. But because of this term is negative, so we go clockwise from the x-axis. So we go from here to here is 360 already, right? And then we need to go a little bit more. To work this out, all I need to do is I go 480 minus 360 degrees. So we can just use calculator to work this out, or we just quickly do manually. 480 minus 360. So that gives me 0, 2, 1. So we go further, negative 120 degrees. So we already have 360, go back to where we start, and we go further, negative 120. So up to here. So therefore, this is the reference angle because this is negative 120. Don't forget. So therefore, we need another negative 60. But then the reference angles we're talking about, so always positive, so 60 degrees. So therefore, sine of negative 480 degrees is equal to, in this quadrant here, remember, if you don't know, you write it down, or station to central. So 10 is positive, everything else is negative. So in this case, it's sine, so therefore must be negative. So sine of the reference angles. The reference angles is 60 degrees. There you go. So sine of 60 degrees is root 3 over 2. Otherwise, we can just use this triangle here. So sine is opposite over adjacent. So sine of 60, this 60 degrees here, opposite is root 3. So let me just write negative root 3 over the hypotenuse, which is 2. So root 3 over 2. Otherwise, you can just use calculator as well. Part C. So tan of negative 135. So let me draw the diagram out first. So I just quickly draw this out. And negative 135. So we go clockwise from the x-axis. So roughly here, we cannot reach 180 yet. So we stop there. And this is reference angle. So the negative 135 is here, degrees. And the reference angles, we just quickly use 180 minus 35. So give me 45. That's the reference angles, okay? And don't forget, reference angle always positive. So therefore, tan in this quadrant is positive. Otherwise, just quickly write this down, or station to central. So tan is positive. So this is equal to positive tan of 45 degrees. But then tan of 45 is equal to 1. So the answer is 1. Otherwise, again, you just quickly draw a right angle triangle out for 45 degrees. And this is 1, 1. And of course, 45, 45. You just need to remember this triangle, okay? And then the hypotenuse, you can work it out by using Pythagoras Theorem. So 1 square plus 1 square is 2. But we want to leave it exact. So root 2 there. And tan is opposite over adjacent. So opposite is this, adjacent this, by looking at this angle here. And then the answer is 1 over 1. So it's 1. Okay? Now, before you go any further, if you think you learned from this video, please do not forget to give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. Now, please stop the video and try this one yourself. Hi, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you. So first one. So cos of negative 240 degrees. So step number 1, we need to draw a diagram first. And step number 2, we need to work out the reference angle. Okay, and then we'll work out from there. So let me just quickly draw the diagram out. And negative 240. So we start from the x-axis, positive x-axis. And we go clockwise. Okay, so 240. So all the way from here to here is 180. And then we add a little bit more. So this is it. And then this is negative 240 degrees. Now, to work out this reference angle, so we just go 240 minus 180. Okay, so we give me 60. So the reference angle in here is 60 degrees. So therefore, we know that cos in that quadrant is negative. Again, if you're not sure, you just quickly write or station to central. So sine is positive. Everything else is negative. So in this case, we want to find out the cos. So therefore, it's negative. So the answer equals negative cos of 60 degrees. Remember, reference angles, okay? So cos of 60 is a half. Otherwise, if you don't remember this, again, draw a triangle out. Otherwise, use calculator. In fact, I'm going to show you how to use calculator as well, just in case you don't know how. So what we do, we just go cos of 60. So it is already inexact, so I don't have to square it, okay? So that will give me negative a half. Second one, so sine of negative 390. So let me just quickly draw a diagram out first. So 390 is more than 360, right? So we already go one complete circle. So we start from positive x-axis, we go clockwise because it's negative, right? So 360 already. Then we need to go a little bit more because 390 minus 360 is 30. So therefore, we go 30 degrees more. So up to here. So therefore, this is the reference angle. So the reference angle is 30 degrees. There you go. So therefore, in this quadrant, sine is negative. Otherwise, again, you just write or station to central if you're not sure. So cos is positive, everything else is negative. So therefore, sine should be negative. So therefore, sine of negative 390 degrees is equal to negative sine of 30 degrees. So from exact value, we know that sine of 30 is equal to half. Otherwise, you can just use your calculator as well. So it should give you 0.5 and it's already exact. So it's just write a half. So which is give me negative a half. Last one. So tan of negative 225. So let me just draw the diagram out first. So negative 225. So from here to is 180 and we add a bit more. So 225. So this is negative 225 degrees. So to work out the reference angle, we just go 225 minus 180 and you should get 45. So this reference angle here is 45 degrees. So in this quadrant is negative for tan because all station to central. So as sine is positive, every other trig ratio is negative in that quadrant. So therefore, the reference angle is 45. So this means that tan of negative 225 degrees is equal to negative tan of 45 degrees. So tan of 45 degrees is equal to 1. So therefore, the answer is negative 1. There you go. I hope you got all of them correct. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.